What's up, guys? I'm at the Chatuchak Weekend Market. It's a Sunday on His Majesty's birthday. Today's actually a holiday, and that is why I'm able to come to this weekend market. As you all know, I usually teach English on the weekends. Also, another reason I don't really come here is it is one crowded, hot mess. But it has been the most requested video so far on a walkthrough of, I don't know, I have a love and hate relationship of this, so I can't really say beloved weekend market. But it is something that you do sort of have to see. It's one of those things. Even if you're not a huge fan of it, you just have to see what the spectacle is about. I was looking at some facts, and correct me if I'm wrong, because these statistics are usually outdated or whatnot, but apparently this is the largest market in the world. I believe them. I believe that this is the largest weekend market. I myself have not even truly explored every little corner of it. I get lost here, and I've been living here in Bangkok for, I don't know, now I'm going on 5 years now. So I'll be going ahead and showing you guys every little corner of this, so you and I will both try to make sense of it. What I'm doing right now is walking around the big outer ring. All right, so simple way to think of it, it's not really a particular shape, but the simple way to think of it is this market is a long oval, and from that oval there are many sections to the inside and outside, little small sois, and they have different shops. Now what you're seeing right now are the souvenir-ish, touristy types of shops, and mostly tourists. So yes, that is a fact. If you think any kind of outdoor market that operates during the daytime is a very local experience, you're pretty much wrong. Asians, we don't like the sun. I can tell you that much. We don't like the heat. So there is no authentic outdoor market that operates in the sun. That's why you hear of a lot of night markets. So even these outdoor markets, even if they're trying to keep the cost low, etc., they're generally going to be operating in the night. But the reason this particular weekend market operates during daytime is because it's honestly particularly catered to tourists. So I wouldn't necessarily go as far as to say that this is a tourist trap, but it's don't expect too much authenticity. Although I will say there are some very interesting areas here for the locals, and recently I've been turned on to other things that they sell here other than souvenir-ish clothes and overpriced street food. There are claims. Okay, so there's actually a huge pet market here as well, and there are claims that this is also the center of illegal animal trade. I don't know. It's fact check me. I'm just stating what the other sources say. Apparently some non-profit organization went in there, surveyed the birds, and out of like 240 species they found, like 8 of them were apparently sort of endangered. So I don't know what standards they have to say that it's endangered, etc. But just quoting what I've been reading on the internet. So yeah, I plan on going in there. Me and Mayu, we went into the pet market once just to see pets because we wanted to actually buy a pet for ourselves. And there were some very exotic animals, I will say that. Ooh, yikes. But we came sort of like on the weekday. So I'm not sure if those areas operate when we come on the weekends. You know? I'm just suspect that they would. If there was like those same exotic animals, you obviously would have a lot of liberal Western tourists, you know, up in arms about it. So that area actually is to the left over here. My God, guys, I've almost disorientated myself. This place definitely does seem a bit different than on the weekdays. You know, I'm almost at a point where I think I want to come back here on a weekday and do a video to show you how it's like on a weekday. Because another misconception is that this place only opens during the weekend because it's called Chatuchak Weekend Market. That's not completely true either. There are certain sections that are open during the weekday as well. And during the weekday is when mostly the locals come here. So anyways, you could totally see why you can get misorientated. It's just endless rows of what, to me, just looks like the same stuff. I'm sure some people will disagree. Yes, if you're particularly looking for hipster types of apparel like this for women, you're like, oh, that's cute. I didn't see that. But to me, it's just irrelevant stuff. Okay. So the only way, honestly, that my first advice is if you come here to pick out a landmark and pick out that landmark in relation to this main circle. Because if you get lost, what you could do is just basically come out to this main area and circle around until you find that landmark. What's a bit confusing here is both the BTS and MRT does take you to this area, and I recommend that you do take either the BTS or the MRT. As many of you will know, traffic in Bangkok is horrible, especially around this area in La Prao. So you will most likely be taking the BTS and MRT. However, the BTS and MRT does not exit in the same location. So I just come in through a gate, remember that gate number, and sort of look around and position yourself in relation to a landmark. One landmark you will see right there is that big clock tower in the center. I'm not sure if you can see it, it's right there. That's quite visible from everywhere. I actually read, I think it was to commemorate the previous king, King Rama IX's 60th birthday, that the Chinese Merchant Association or something built that. Anyways, double check all these facts because I just sort of looked at some facts on the MRT ride over here, which sort of took about 20 minutes from the city center. And yeah, but I can totally believe that. Ooh, what is this? Oh, I clearly remember coming here about, was it a year ago? I was gonna do that pet video, and I saw this being built. Now it is built. This little building up there. One of these days I might get around to editing it. Alright guys, I was gonna do a complete circle, but I've just realized I forgot just how big this place is. I think I may have done like half a circle now. Oh man. Yeah, I think you're sort of bored of seeing endless and endless amounts of tourists with endless amounts of these cheap mass-produced souvenirs. So I shall go inwards. Oh, by the way, they have a bunch of these coconut ice cream, coconut refreshments. 35 baht is not too bad. Honestly, that's pretty much the only thing I would really pick up around here, the beverages. They seem to be relatively well priced. It's obviously not the cheapest you'll find in Bangkok. Certainly don't come here for that. But it's not an exorbitant price. It's only like $1 for those of you who aren't familiar with Thai baht. So this area, it must be the pottery area. Yeah, nice little souvenirs. I will say that this place is not too bad for souvenir shopping. Don't expect the best of prices, but you'll most likely find something here that's gonna suit your souvenir shopping needs. So what alternative do you have if you don't want to come to Chatuchak Market? Another popular area is Platinum. And okay, so I'm just gonna move in here and sort of get lost. And Platinum is in the areas behind Siam, which is the other very popular shopping area where the mega malls and such are. It is popular because Platinum used to be a place where merchants used to wholesale. So particularly if you are there to buy a lot of souvenirs, then Platinum would be a good place to go. And if you don't want to fight the heat, Platinum would also be great because it's pretty much a big air-conditioned mall. However, lately it's become very touristy as well. So it's quite crowded, and I don't know, I don't really consider it a wholesale place anymore. It's more of a place where tourists go to buy stuff. So I haven't been there for the last 2 years or so. I can't really say with certainty, but just based on the trend of how things were developing over there, from 2 years ago, I expect the same has happened in the preceding 2 years to now. And that is pretty much what's happening with this area as well. I just see a lot more people here in Chatuchak Market. Now, as you can see, this area is quite deserted. This is the area that I actually saw a lot of activity during the weekday. And I'm not sure if it's because I came here early. For reference, it's 2:30 p.m., which is early for us Bangkokians. Or if, I don't know, they just don't really operate on the weekends. Now, I imagine all this kind of stuff on... no, actually, no, that doesn't really look like souvenirs. It's more arts and crafts, which I imagine the locals would be more interested in. Oh my gosh. Oh, the smell of artificial chemicals. Okay, anyways, these things are pretty cool, I guess. yeah, I don't know. Whatever floats your boat as far as your souvenir shopping needs. Now, if I go on to the other end, so remember I said it's sort of like a big, long oval. With my limited experience here, I would say that one side of the oval, it's more of this arts and crafts, antiques kind of stuff. Whereas on the other end of the oval, it's more of the souvenir clothes, you'll see. Okay, so I'm circling around. Which tells me I'm heading towards the other end of the oval, which is more of the souvenir-ish stuff. Yep. Elephant pans. I'm just curious how much these are. Excuse me? Talina cup?
Hello,
How much?
100.
100 baht.
Zero.
Ah, okay. Thank you. Yes. 100 baht. That's $3 for those elephant pants. Some people are gonna think it's absurd.
It's absurd.
But it's what I'm about to say. But 100 baht for elephant pants is not the cheapest you can get in Bangkok. I've gotten those far cheaper. So you could imagine, like, well, overall it's only about $3 US. So a tourist coming here and then telling everybody this place is the cheapest because they haven't shopped anywhere else, but it's not the cheapest. So that's what I just want to sort of say. But that being said, your time is limited as a tourist, so you can kill two birds with one stone, and that's why I would recommend you come here. Just see the craziness of Chatuchak Weekend Market, the biggest weekend market in the world, and maybe spend $1 more on these elephant pans than if you were to, you know, spend a lot of time trying to find and haggle for the cheapest clothes. All right. There we go. Another myth I want to talk about with Thailand is that there's a lot of YouTubers apparently that I've been watching that, I don't know, particularly say that in Thailand you should haggle for everything. Locals generally don't haggle here. Let me tell you, that is. But this myth has risen up, and it's so popular that every foreigner comes out here with the expectation to haggle. So in these touristy places, you'll notice a lot of places don't post up prices, right? So as a local, if I'm going around, I'll see prices. It's just the thing to do. Everybody posts prices. Now here you can see like they have prices. It's not like these people are too poor to afford signage or anything. The reason they're not posting prices, that should be sort of like, how do I say it? A sign for you, like an alert, like, oh, this is a tourist trap. Try to avoid those areas, but if you must, because you're trying to kill two birds with one stone and you're trying to, how do I say, experience the craziness of this weekend market. If you do shop at a place with no signage, do feel free to haggle. And if you want a rule of thumb, like how I usually haggle is whatever they say. If she said 100 baht, I would say 50 baht. And that might sound ridiculous, but seriously, that's what I would do. No, 50 baht. And then that's probably lower than what she's willing to sell it to you at, so you sort of meet them halfway, and if she says like 60, 70, I'd take it. Honestly, even if she didn't, it's just not worth my time and effort to haggle over $1, and I'll just smile and go, ah, okay, you got me, and then just buy it. Just don't get in a shouting match with people out here. It's not very cultured. And certainly don't try to haggle in very local areas where they post prices. Now, I'm not saying that just because they post prices like that, that's what you should accept. Because being in a touristy area, that's another strategy. They might just post a price that's very, very, very high. So you just use your vet judgment and haggle with them regardless. They're usually at least willing to give you a discount if you buy multiple things, which is what most likely you'll end up doing because you're out here to buy souvenirs and you'll buy like 10 things for your 10 coworkers and whatnot. That is something that even in a local area, as long as it's not like a mall per se. I mean, guys, come on. I've seen some tourists go to an Adidas store in a mall and try to see if they can get a discount. It's like embarrassing. It's like, come on now. Just don't say you're American. Just say something else. Like say you're Aussie or something. Don't disgrace my people. Like, yeah, don't be that guy that tries to haggle in a mall. That doesn't happen. Just like back at home, these store clerks are there just to sell it at whatever price Adidas tells them to sell it. So don't do that, but like you can sort of have an idea. These are individual shop owners, so they have somewhat of a margin that they make on each product. So if you're offering to buy like 10 of their products, it's okay to ask for a discount. You know, you say, hey, I'm gonna give you a lot of business. Can you maybe cut a bit of price if I buy many things? Like I usually wouldn't say something like, I'm gonna buy 10 things. How much can you give me off? Usually I'd say, like act like I only want to buy one and just sort of like ask him, what if I bought more? And then see what he's willing to give you and then work from there. Maybe he's only expecting you to buy 2 things or 3 things to give you a discount. And then he's like, well, if you buy 2, I'll give you like, 50 baht off the total. I'm like, well, what if I buy 5 things? Can you give me 100? Sort of like that. Just use common sense. And I think you'll have a much more pleasant shopping experience. So, one thing I will say though is, compared to when I last browsed through this area on the weekend, there's just far more people here. It's almost twice as much. I think the correlation of the tourists increasing every year here in numbers by 5 to 10% or something, that definitely correlates with how much of a crowd you'll see in Chatuchak, because this is one of the main tourist stops. I've heard many reports that there are certain signs that point to tourism not increasing as much, or the numbers sort of dying down a bit this year. But in relation to how it was 2-3 years ago, oh my gosh. My idea right now is that there's just too many tourists still. Like I could barely walk through this area. So the tourism authority may not like it, but as a person trying to enjoy this place, it might be the best time to come before there is any more tourists. Imagine this place having even just 5 or 10% more tourists. Oh my God. It's bad enough already. All right, look at this. I'm back to where I started. This is the landmark. So let me just sort of go over what happened over here. This is exit number 3. As you can see, that's the main entrance right there. And I basically went around like this, up to the main road. I went in here, and then sort of went through here, and then here, and then came out here again. So, let's see. 16 clothing, hiking equipment, leather, dried food. That seems like the most souvenir stuff. 14, where I just came from, that's probably it too. It's in the clothing, accessories, shoes. Exactly. So this area is basically the touristy stuff. So if you're interested in like women's apparel or something like that, this is the area that you would stay in. And I remember the first time I came here, I came with a bunch of girls, and that's where I usually was. Now, teen clothing and accessories is further back here. That's still clothing, and used clothing and shoes. Maybe that could be interesting if you're into antiques and such. And far over here is arts and paintings. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to go back that way, since I wasn't in the main road here, and show you guys that area. And spa and incense, that's very touristy stuff. We sort of went through it again. Handicraft and such, we already went through there. Postcards, souvenirs, and pets. That's what I sort of wanted to show you, but I didn't really see them operating right now. So I walked through there. Yeah, I think I sort of gave you a nice overview. So this area, by the way, if you do come during the weekdays, somewhere around here is sort of where all the pets are being sold. I say this because me and my other coworker were sort of joking that coming to Chatuchak Market for us locals, the interesting thing here is not obviously all this kind of souvenirs clothing and such. We could just get it at the night market, somewhere that's more local, etc. But we come here, it's almost like going to the zoo. There's just so many like exotic animals and such. It's sort of a trip. Anyways, I'm backtracking in the main road area, and I'll point it at the crowds here. Oh my god. What I will say, it's only been 30 minutes, and my camera is already showing overheating icon. And I do many of these walks outside, and I go well into over an hour without even seeing this icon. But if it shuts off, just be aware that that is a great indicator of just exactly how hot this place really is. Alright guys, so the camera overheated. I just sort of dropped by this place because that guy is really making a scene over there. Someone's so confident in his food. The food's gotta be right. Alright guys, what can I say about that place? Apparently it's world famous Chef Fernando, but he seems to be doing more dancing than cooking. It's more of the locals doing all the cooking. I'm not gonna Google him. I'm not even gonna spend the time to do it. Maybe he is famous, but I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. That food, although it's not bad, is very bland. I'm gonna have to step in for Mayu because she's working today and do the taste judgment, but I think she would agree if I give it a 3.5. And honestly, I would just give it a straight down average 3 out of 5. But I will give it an extra 0.5 because the ingredients, I will say it's quite good. The chicken, the ingredient itself is quite good. The rice is good. But everything else was pretty, I mean, contrary to what it looks like, because the flavors look amazing, like all the colors. But as far as the execution of it, oh man. Contrary to how colorful that dishes, the actual taste is very bland, almost no spices in it. It almost makes me think like they put food coloring in it. As far as the value, I'll give it a 3.5 as well. I'll give it an extra 0.5 because although it's significantly overpriced, I mean, you might be thinking 160 baht, playa plate, well, that's not bad because compared to America, that's probably, you know, cheaper. But that together with a Coke, which costs 40 baht, for 200 baht, I could be eating all you can eat, like barbecue shabu out here at a mall. So like compared to everything else out here, that's significantly expensive. But there is the DJ was quite okay, and I sort of felt like I'm a tourist again, the whole ambiance and everything. So I'll give it an extra 0.5. So maximum experience score of 7 out of 10. I mean, go ahead and try it. It's not like you're gonna lose a lot of money on it, but I think even if you had the money, there's better things to try out here. I know you're gonna be tempted to try because just the presentation is quite good, but Alright, now that my camera's cooled off, I've cooled off, I'm gonna go ahead and check out some more of the little nicks and crannies of Chatuchak. Alright guys, continuing straight down from that area, gate 3 I believe, to the right, past the world famous Chef Fernando's restaurant. It's section 7, the arts and craft area. Off the bat I can see that they have these potteries. And recently I've been sort of informed, talking to these potters that do this kind of style. You'll notice if you're a Korean that it's very similar to Korean pottery. Apparently they use the same technique. So it's not surprising because there's like a lot of Chinese influence in Thai culture, obviously, especially in their pottery. It's the same with Korean. Ooh, this is very nice. Wow. Did you draw this here? It's very good. How much is that painting there, for example? 20,000.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. Thank you. I completely didn't expect this. Actually, that's quite good, these paintings. It's huge, guys. It's really, really huge. You can see $20,600. Not bad. I like how it looks like they use Japanese manga there, and they overlaid it and then painted something on there. Oh, this is actually quite nice. I'm gonna ask him here. Hello? I'm just wondering how much these paintings are?
Pardon me?
How much are these paintings here?
How much?
Yes, how much are these paintings? Are they different price or just about the same price?
Or you want to know about the price?
Yeah, if I want to buy, how much is it?
75,000.
This is 75,000. How much is this? Same. Oh. Well, this is very interesting. It looks like you have Japanese manga and you overlaid it. Oh. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Ah, okay guys, so that's about $2,000. You're definitely paying a nice little premium for the art technique. Oh man, I don't know, but that's really nice. I wouldn't mind putting that in my house for sure. Oh, they do a lot of interesting portraits here. Wow. You know what? This area is it's a whole new world for me. Wow. And obviously with these art dealers, I'm sure you could I think you're expected to ask for a discount. I'm sure they were naming a higher price, expecting you to ask for a discount. Wow, look at that. I like this. This is it's got a little 3D effect on it. They do a lot of portraits here. Wow. Are you the artist here too? How much is this? How much are they?
25.
25,000. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. So that's about. I think one of these big paintings they cost about about $600. Oh, this is quite unique. I'm really feeling this actually. Man, I had no idea that I'd be so interested in this art area. Hello? Can I ask how much these paintings are? This one looks really nice. How much is that painting, for example, right there?
17,000.
17,000. Oh, okay. Wow. Is this, did you draw it or did you overlay pictures? How
It's
did?
a digital collage.
Oh, it's a digital collage.
I took all the pictures and collage with the computer.
Oh, that's good. Is it one of a kind or is it you only make one or you make many printings?
I make an edition copy.
Oh, so you have, yeah, how many, is it just one of a kind? If I buy this, is it just going to be only one or do you make
I
many?
make an edition of 35.
Oh, okay. So there's only 35 printings. Ah, that's really nice. It's very unique. I just wanted to introduce my viewers. Thank you. All right. So yeah, you could expect to pay around, I think, looks like $500 to $600. It's not bad. I really do think ties and oh, that's really nice. Oh my gosh, I'm stopping at all these portraits of, especially when it's like interwoven with manga or newspaper clippings or something. Oh my god. Oh, hey, that's the same technique. I'm seeing it quite a lot. I'm sure if other people see it, they'll just replicate their technique. But either way, I haven't seen anything like that. And it's not like you're paying, you know, really like art house prices of thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. It's what I guess any middle income type. Ooh. Wow, look at this. He does sharks. Wow. I really like this. Is someone working here? Man, artists don't really operate on a schedule. I will say compared to what I saw like a few years ago, the art itself is a lot more modern. You could definitely see. I like those Chinese propaganda style paintings. Love it. Yeah, it has like a little modern twist to it. That's what makes it quite interesting to me. Wow. Ooh. Yeah, I like this. I mean, initially I'm like, oh, this sort of looks like a mass-produced souvenir type of shot, but no, there's some nice paintings out here. Oh, look. This will look pretty good framed up. I don't know what it is, but I really like that picture. It's only about, looks like $10 each. Yeah. You can take a bit of Thailand back with you. Oh, this is unique. I like it. Oh, hello. Are you the painter here?
Yeah.
They're very cute. I like it. Thank you. Yes. Wow. Oh man. I wonder if you could commission them to paint your own face in this style. Obviously it would cost more, but imagine having yourself or whoever, maybe you're doing a gift for your girlfriend, paint it out like that. Huge picture, unique style. Let's say you pay them almost double the price and say, I offer you $1,000. You know? Back in my days, yeah. If I was back in my American income, 100K a year type of salary, and I wanted to impress my girlfriend, what's $1,000? $1,000. You spend $1,000 at Tiffany's, you know? It's like, so yeah. it might be interesting to some. Others might be going, oh my gosh, those are absurd prices. But I find that quite unique. All right, so now I'm circling back around. For reference, I previously walked through this. The first area I walked through was this little end of the oval. And then I crossed over to the touristy souvenir types of clothing area. So I didn't show you this area of the main road. And then I went to the main area, and then I came back and I circled back around. So, oh, hello. Hello. And so I'm giving you a sort of a complete tour of what you can expect here on the weekends. As you can see, this area, especially this like sort of pets area here, you see, it's really dark because they're not open. It's more for locals. I could totally see why, because the weekend here, it's mainly for the tourists, and what tourist is out here trying to buy a pet? It would be a waste of time to just be operating your store. So, I reiterate, if you're here for souvenir shopping, come here on the weekend, and try to kill two birds with one stone. Oh, what the heck is happening here? And, you might pay maybe $50 to $1 more than what you could really, really bargain for if you went to every single location and shopped around for elephant pants or whatever, but it's honestly not worth it, guys. I mean, I'm a pretty money-saving, sort of penny-pinching guy, but even I myself can't justify, if I was a tourist, going to every little floating market and haggling and spending a lot of time. I say this because I did that before. When I was first here, if you guys know about my story, I just literally moved out here, got a leave of absence from work for about a year. So I was in no hurry. And I spent a lot of time in the beginning haggling with these people, thinking that's what you're supposed to do after watching all these YouTube videos. And I would go to every little store, like shop around 10, 20, 30 of them just for a single item and get the best price. And at the end of the day, I might have saved maybe $5 on everything I was buying. And let me tell you, that's not worth your time. It really isn't. So it might be sounding like I'm putting down JJ, because I'm trying to be real with you guys. It's not, in my opinion, a place where that's very authentic, as you might be led to believe. But you can't go too wrong. The prices aren't absurdly large. Even though it's mainly for tourists, and it sort of is like a tourist trap, they still sort of keep it relatively priced well. And a lot, especially for those of you guys coming from countries where it's cold and deserted, and just seeing people like this smiling, laughing, walking around in this heat, rubbing shoulders with strangers. This is an experience. Pay an extra $5 for it. Okay, this place seems huge. This is one of the biggest stores I've seen. It's an Aroma Store. You know what? I don't know if they still have the Karma Commit store. That was the franchise that I used to buy all my like the aromas for. So I had a little humidifier which you can use to pour those essential oils into and make your place smell nice, etc. And then I'll go into those aroma stores and get them, but it seems like there's a lot more of these aroma stores that are just sort of generically branded. Yeah. Oh my gosh, so crowded. Okay, so I'm at the area. Oh, that sort of branches off, like another huge section that branches off from the main oval area. I'm gonna be walking through here, and it's I never realized how busy this place got on the weekends. This seems much more local. Actually, a majority of the... Okay, I take that back. But there's significantly more locals here eating local food. Oh, this looks good. How much is a pineapple? 350. Okay. I just wanted to ask the price. I just already ate, but for your reference, that pineapple fried rice is about $12. I mean, it's not the cheapest, but it's not the most expensive either. Oh my God, look at this. Rows and rows of motorcycles. I don't know if I subconsciously avoided the crowds because that man was trying to pull me in. I'm gonna try to get back into it, guys. I'm gonna get back into the game, get back into vlogging. Oh, so many motorcycles. Oh my gosh. So this makes me think of a subject I was wanting to discuss. I recently had somebody comment that you're basically committing suicide for driving a motorcycle out here in Thailand. Anyways, and he basically quoted me the statistic that because 70% of all fatalities happen from motorcycles out here. Now, to any American, that might sound absurd, but let me put it into perspective here. There's just a lot of motorcycles. It's a lot, guys. So compared to America, the statistics are obviously gonna be more skewed for motorcycles, just because if you have more motorcycles as a percentage of cars, you're gonna have more fatalities come from motorcycles. Not only that, but if you get into an accident, you're more likely to die on a motorcycle. So what I wanna say is, obviously riding a motorcycle is not safe by any means, but I don't think it's necessarily, that much more dangerous than America. And I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but I'm gonna be making a video on it, pulling up the statistics, because I already know some statistics that I know I could use to argue this point. Such as most of the deaths that come are from underage, unlicensed drivers. So first of all, there's just little kids driving motorcycles up in the countryside that shouldn't be driving motorcycles, that are getting themselves killed. So if you're in a more civilized area per se, with more cops that are regulating these kinds of underage drivers, etc., like in Bangkok, your chances of dying are significantly less. And I know I myself, having driven up in those very rural areas, I feel that you are going to have a higher chance of dying just driving in a rural area, period, which is contradictory to what I used to think in the beginning, because you're thinking rural areas, less cars, more safe. But nope, I would say rural areas, less educated drivers, higher speeds, more chances of dying. I'm afraid to even just drive a car and rent a car and drive around. And I experienced that firsthand. Most recently when I went to Udon Thani and made that whole series on Udon Thani, and we had to rent a car and drive around, I had almost near death incidents over there. And yeah, trust me, it's not like I have absolutely no sense or have no fear of driving. I've been in several like near death accidents, and I would much rather not drive, but still end up driving a motorcycle. Yeah, but also that shouldn't tell you that you should come out here and drive a motorcycle if you have no experience driving a motorcycle. And particularly most of the accidents with the foreigners driving motorcycles out here is they drive intoxicated. So this is something that a lot of people don't know, because we're thinking it's common sense. Why would you drive intoxicated? But believe it or not, it feels that safe that these, early 20-something-year-olds coming out here backpacking end up driving around drunk, because they're like, oh, it's a rural area, there's no cars, and they usually like hit a ditch and wipe out, or go off a ravine. And that's how those fatalities happen. But yeah, you'll definitely see far more of these backpackers, foreigners that get into accidents in casts and crutches in areas like Pai and rural areas where you're probably least suspecting to get in an accident. So well, that's that. I just wanted to say that there's a lot of myths about driving motorcycles out here, so I wanted to make a video about it. Okay, so this is the area that I originally walked in through, and I made a left. So I thought it was one of the more interesting areas, and I wanted to show a bit more of it, but I don't even know how I ended up here. See, I know, because I remember those 3 bowls right there, remember? I took some time showing it to you before I turned left. So I'm gonna be walking around and trying to make sense of this. Oh my gosh. It's embarrassing to say, but I was a logistics guy in the army. It's my sense of direction. Oh, it's off. I'm wondering, how much are these? They're about $30. Quite intricate. Do I expect handmade? No, but it does say hand painted, and people wouldn't know the difference otherwise. It looks very, obviously you can just see from the pictures, whether it be mass produced or not, quality looks fantastic. So that's like the kind of souvenir that I would probably give, not to your coworkers unless you're super wealthy. I'd probably get something like that for my mom and dad, or if I was married, the in-laws or something. So pointed that out because this is a real concern for a lot of foreigners coming out here. You have to return back with something, and one of the more frequently asked questions on my channel is, what can I get for souvenir? Oh, this is nice. So I was talking about those humidifiers. This one has like a sort of wooden feel, but it is plastic, guys. It's $30, quite expensive. But if you want that sort of authentic feel, go for it. I myself got a little Iron Man humidifier. I remember I got it for like 20 bucks off Amazon or something. Oh, super. So now they have these, Maya's sort of into it, this Chiang Mai style elephant pans per se. It's sort of, I mean, this kind of style originates from Chiang Mai. You know what, I might be wrong with that, but that's what we call it because we sort of see the northern people wear it, but there's a lot of northern tribes up there, so it might not be necessarily Chiang Mai. So I'm just gonna put in that disclosure, but the sort of northern types of traditional clothing here in Thailand, and they're a bit thicker because if you know it's cooler up there, so it may not be best suited to wear around Bangkok, but you don't have to be a sheep or an elephant in this case and wear the same thing that everybody else is wearing. Those go for about 10 bucks. Yeah. Oh, we are stuck here. Excuse me. Ooh, huge Indian family. On a little side note, just read some article that Indians are the fastest growing group of tourists into China, not to China, into Thailand. Sort of filling in the hole left by the drop in Chinese tourist numbers, which honestly I don't think is discredit to Thailand at all, that there's drop off in numbers from China. It's just, if, I don't know, my guess is, knowing how Korean tourism happens, for example, in Korea, there will be like a trending area that all the TV shows will sort of show. And everybody wants to go there and they picture themselves taking these selfies or whatever. So if these celebrities do like Laos on a series of shows, on a travel show in Korea, then everybody will go there. It'll just be trending. My guess is probably something like that. Probably the Chinese. It was trending and they all came out here. They took the selfies, and now it's just sort of the long-term tourists who really, really want to stay and such. So I think it's just normal to have these variances in tourist numbers going up and down. I will say that I expected a lot more Chinese tourists out here, and I'm actually seeing almost just as many Koreans. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. It's like sort of a side topic that a lot of, you know, Thai vloggers and the expat news community is talking about. Interesting. So this is sort of Chinese silk looking kind of materials that they're selling. I'm almost certain it's polyester. But yeah, I'm 100% sure it's polyester. But Mayu's bought one of these dresses. Like, it looks almost like exactly like this one. You really can't tell in the pictures, guys. If you look at our Taiwan vlog, and then like when I shot Ping Si and Ju Fen, my girlfriend Mayu is wearing one of those, and the pictures look fantastic. And you're buying those for less than 10 bucks. Great way to suit up and take some of the most amazing selfies of your life. And you're wondering, what does China have anything to do with Thailand? It's so unauthentic to wear Chinese stuff in Thailand. Well, guys, especially in Bangkok, it's quite authentic to be Chinese. There's some statistics that go around that say Thais in Bangkok are like more than 50% of them have some kind of ethnic Chinese in their blood. That's because, yeah, Chinese, there's a lot of Chinese, not like mainland Chinese that have recently come in, but Bangkok it's quite Chinese. There has been Chinese merchants here for centuries. You'll see a lot of Chinese influenced architecture and even Thai food itself, modern Thai food. It's not something that just sort of originated from Thailand. It's an influence of Indian and Chinese cuisine if you really study it. It's generally all these Indian spices coming from the trade and obviously from a lot of the connection they had with India due to Buddhism being the primary religion out here. And then all the Chinese that came down here. So there's been a lot of diplomatic relations with the Chinese. And the Chinese merchants have used those Indian spices, got Thai ingredients, and then created pretty much modern Thai street food. That's why you'll see most of these Thai street foods, they're made on woks and deep fried. So it's quite authentic. There's a bit of Chinese, a bit of China in Thailand for sure. And you'll see everybody wearing those Chinese dresses during Chinese New Year's here. You will barely see any traces of Valentine's Day. Okay, so what that was is when you come in, this little area outlet connects back into the souvenir. Huh. Yeah. I'm gonna be walking through this area now. So for reference, guys, I just came back from that area, across the other end of the motorcycle parking, crossed over and walked through the inner area here, and just came straight back out. So now I'm sort of showing you this area where I saw a lot of the local foods. Oh my gosh. My camera is exposing for the highlights. So here, I'll have to get closer and show you guys what they're selling. Oh, temporary tattoos. 2 iguanas. 100 baht per, oh wait, no, that's a caricature. So you get your caricature done for $3. Only 10 minutes. It's very typical local Thai street food kind of things. Salted fish, prawns, mangoes, egg rolls. Kebabs. I mean, you might not think like, well, what's that having to do with Thailand? I imagine that younger local Thais probably more kebabs or just as much as any other local Thai food. It's quite Thai. I actually say this because yesterday I had this conversation with one of my college students who attends university here in Sinakarin. And he tells me his favorite food and his friends that they eat is kebabs at the local market right across from the university, which I will go ahead and cover and do a series on what real local Thai students eat. Because, I don't know, I'm sure like all these tourists have this fantasy that Thai people are out here eating pad Thai and som tam every day. That's the only thing they eat. No, not the kids now. They're probably eating some kind of Korean tteokbokki or, you know, kebabs. Actually, I don't know where it exactly originates from. They're usually like Turkish, ran by Turkish people, so Turkish kebabs. Okay, so they got massages out here. Oh, this looks pretty fantastic. Wow. Look, it's like they say they got air in there. That's important. Got massage. 30 minutes for 150 baht. 45 for 200. It's about 50 baht more than anywhere else. Yeah. Well, it's typical tourist prices. Oh wow, so this is Air 1. I want to actually walk through this area. I'm sure they wouldn't mind. Ooh, this is so nice. Wow. Oh, this is nice. How much is it? Let me ask how much the pineapple fried rice is. Pineapple fried rice, guys, 250 baht. I didn't focus on it. But see right there? 250 baht. Why do I mention this? Because there's going to be a lot of people who tend to just sort of sit down and eat at those outside areas because they think, oh, because it's outside, it's automatically authentic. And because it's outside, it's what real locals eat at. So I'm gonna get real, local, authentic prices. Guys, that's a big misconception. Outside, they're targeting tourists. Because, first of all, if you're a local, you're not crazy enough to be out here in Chatuchak midday in this kind of heat. So they're just gonna charge whatever they want. And again, notice they didn't post prices at that restaurant, so I had to ask. I had to look at the picture and go, how much is it? And then I get whatever they think they can rip me out for. So, like again, that's a demonstration of you don't see any prices, should be a red alert. At that restaurant, they have 250 posted. That's because it's local. I don't have to try it, and I could probably tell you already, I am almost certain the taste is gonna be better. Obviously because they have more sanitary situations with probably sure like it's indoors, air conditioned. Food is just gonna be in better sanitary condition. I'm not gonna completely discount it. Even the outdoor areas, I think we'll have running water here, and they probably threw in a refrigerator, but it can't be as sanitary as an established restaurant like that. So just don't discount an area because it seems expensive. That was one of the mistakes I made when I first came here to Thailand. I would just sort of look for the grungiest place because I wanted to experience what was the most authentic. And because I didn't try like a nice sit-down restaurant per se, in my mind, I went back thinking, oh, I had the most authentic Thai food. And I got the best prices because even when they rip you off, honestly, it's pretty good. $10 for pineapple fried rice presented in a pineapple. You're thinking that's a fantastic price. But as I lived out here longer and I talked to the locals and they're like, where are you eating there? Go to this restaurant, blah, 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 blah. And then I tasted the food. Not only, like that just sort of blew my mind. All right, so this is sort of the branch of the side. The motorcycles are parked on that side, and further on, it's more arts and crafty kind of thing. This is on the right-hand side, And from what I remember, if I go to the right, that's where they sell the animals. My battery is about to die any moment though. So just bear that in mind. So what I'm seeing here, this is where the locals are. But does that mean that you would enjoy this area? I actually see stuff that real locals need to buy, such as just modern looking clothes. So no, you probably wouldn't be interested in it. You're not buying clothes like this. You're not in Thailand to do it. Although maybe you think this is a good price, it's like $6, and then you would want to get this, but I'm not. I don't have the mind of a girl or a woman to know what I think of those clothes. But oh, there's a lot of home deco kind of things for Thais. It may seem less authentic, but real Thais aren't like dying to decorate their house like an old traditional Thai house, guys. Modern Thai is modern in every sense that they prefer modern deco. So yeah, that's why you're seeing this kind of stuff. Just want to point it out. Don't be too disappointed if you don't see very authentic stuff. I like these tables. That looks like solid wood. Oh my gosh. This is nice. This definitely looks reclaimed. Chinese. Saying it's elm wood. I wonder how much it would cost. Just curious. That's definitely a statement piece right there. Huh. Is it 5,000? 30? Hello? Excuse me? Alright, so that particular furniture is 80,000 baht. The battery sort of turned off. Sorry, guys. So that's about $2,000. And she was telling me that it's 80 years old. The front was repainted, but the side is original color. Obviously not something that, I don't know, I don't think tourists would be looking for it, but I myself living here, so that would be a really nice piece. I particularly like that color. But if I was someone living here on Thai wages, it's ridiculously expensive. Oh, look at this. It's like the Trojan horse. Wow. I can only imagine this. I mean, for reference, guys, it's twice my height, so it's gotta be like 12 feet tall. Hang a basketball hoop over there on his head. Okay. Yeah, antique Chinese. Door old. 8 pieces, 1 set. Guess how much? 480,000 baht. You could literally buy a condo out here for that price. I mean, not like in the center of Bangkok, but you could. For $500,000 baht. Yeah. I mean, when I was buying my condo, the condo sort of like in En Nut, the same floor plan as mine from the same builder. They're selling it for 780,000 baht. En Nut, by the way, guys, I mean, back then, like 3-4 years ago, I was thinking, it's too far from the city center. And I ended up buying mine for about 1.5 million, but Yeah, now En Nut is actually a pretty desirable area. These rugs are quite good. I like it. Is it authentic? I can't say. Especially when the shopkeeper doesn't look Middle Eastern. Yeah. Very Thai home decor kind of stuff. Definitely more Thais than foreigners. Oh, I like this pottery. I don't even know if it's original. There's no price on that one. For example, this one here is about 600. Is that a real sword? I can't see the price, but here. I'll edit it and check it out. Very authentic looking. Oh, this is more to my budget. About $160. Not for my budget for home deco, but it's possible for me to get, I guess. I'll eat mama noodles for a whole month to afford that. Yeah. Very bling bling. Hello. Oh, it's very white. A lot of tree. Oh, no photos apparently. Seems like they don't want me to copy their style of simple oval-shaped pottery. Interesting. That guy bought a ton of stuff. Oh my gosh. This is definitely the home deco area. I'm gonna try to get to the pets area, guys. Because you probably are not watching this to see like Macy's home stores. Basically what it probably feels like. Okay, I definitely see the pets area. So I'm curious if they'll let me film in there. I don't know, maybe it's just a myth that they're actually selling exotic animals. I wouldn't know one from another. I mean, to a foreigner, everything might seem like an exotic animal because we're just not used to the kind of animals out here. But I remember seeing monkeys and such being sold, and I was like, wow, you can buy a monkey. Okay, look, so cats, definitely not exotic, but cute. Oh, look at all these cute birds. They don't really seem endangered. These sort of non-profits that work out here try to make up numbers sometimes, I think. They are biased to try to paint like something bad is happening, probably because that's the only way they'll probably get more funding. So I don't really like take to heart what I read sometimes about Thailand. Generally the stuff out there paints a worse image than what actually is. Okay, look. I definitely know that these are popular with Thais. They love the bulldogs, especially the French bulldogs. And the exotic animals to them out here are like the American breeds, like the Bugle or the Beagle. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that actually. Golden Retrievers. Yeah. Very synonymous with Americans, but you see them less. But I will say that we see a lot of Huskies out here. It's like every Thai girl's dream to own a Husky. I don't know why. You know what? It's quite normal to want a Husky, I imagine, because my sister wanted a Husky. As a matter of fact, I don't know any girl that doesn't like a Husky. It sort of has that like... The other day I saw a picture of a dog and then they were like, I swear I saw Richard Gere. So yeah, it has that Richard Gere look that girls love. Oh my gosh. Alright. I'm at the Home Deco again. No, wait a minute. I see more, it looks like animal stuff over here. This is, but not so much. Just like animal beds, leashes. I don't know. I mean, at least from what I see, it certainly doesn't seem like the center of illegal animal trade in Thailand. That's for sure. I could surmount to that much. But I do see a lot less animals than I remember when I came here on the weekday. I haven't seen a single monkey. I saw monkeys everywhere. And then I saw like the sugar gliders everywhere as well. But it's also possible that, I should have checked the date on that article that said it was the center of illegal animal trade in Thailand. Because when articles like that come out and it paints some kind of a bad image of Thailand, then the authorities are real quick to crack down on it. And then it will just completely change overnight. So, well, I don't have to prove what I saw because I have videos from two years ago or so when I took videos of this place when they did have all those crazy animals. And then again, I don't remember if I was able to shoot it. I do remember some places wouldn't let me shoot in their stores. It's been 2 years. I never got around to editing that video, so I'm curious to compare and contrast what I see here with how this particular area is. Oh my gosh, guys, though, I barely see any animals. This is the pets area, but I definitely see far more non-pets, souvenir stuff. Alright, we'll go ahead and go to this little side area. And we're in here. Oh, there it is, the Huskies. Oh. Is it eating? It's licking at its poo. That's sort of disgusting. Yeah. But it is cute. Ah, look at him. Look at his face. Oh, I just feel really bad. I mean, of all the breeds of dogs that should be in Thailand, Huskies are the last. It's just they have too much fur. They're gonna get so hot. Oh, it's so cute. Actually, one of the girls I was dating a long time ago had a husky. She was Thai, and she would walk it and such, but oh man, that must be torture. And it seems like huskies are salamanders. It looks like huskies and such are very active. It's the kinds of dogs that you wanna, it says take no photos. Hey. I'm just gonna go through that area real fast. I don't really think it's that exotic though. See some pictures. They sort of seem relatively non-exotic types of animals. Or cats. Yeah, I haven't seen a single monkey. Aww. She just bought herself a little fat bulldog. Huh. Tropical fishes. Nothing I haven't really seen in my friend's aquarium. Just look like typical fishes to me. I think it's safe to conclude that article from that NGO about Chatuchak being the center of illegal animal trade in Thailand is quite exaggerated. That's for sure. At least if you were here on a weekend. Oh, now, see, some of these places though, they're closed. So I would have to come back on a weekday just to be 100% sure. Look, they sell little chickens. Are they pigeons? Oh, they're selling big pigeons. Oh my gosh. She's like the pigeon lady. Surrounded by Oh man, as much as I like animals, I would not want to be an animal dealer. It's one thing to have one pet. It's another to be surrounded by animals and smelling poo-poo all day. Oh man, I sort of want to go through this area fast. Alright guys, I can assure you I see nothing exotic. Oh, so cute. What are these guys? They look like squirrels. I think Mayu wanted a squirrel. I hope it's not endangered. Sort of feel bad because they have something around their neck. How much is Kalina stuff? Ah, okay. What do they eat?
Milk, Nestle, Silac, and fruit.
Milk and fruit. Oh, do they make sound? Do they make sound like burr, burr, burr? Do they make sound? No? Okay, thank you. My girlfriend wants a squirrel. Why I asked if they made a sound is because we saw some sugar gliders and they seem really, really, really cute. But apparently they make a lot of sounds. I think, yeah, these are sugar gliders. Look at how cute that is. Probably will not focus. Let me go ahead and focus it. Aww. Nice. Apparently sugar gliders are considered endangered in certain countries. But I don't think they're endangered here. I saw a lot of sugar gliders the last time we came, but I don't really see them as much. You know, a lot of these stores are closed. They're obviously operating based on the fact that there's still lighting in there. So I would come maybe on a weekday, and I have a feeling a lot of these places will be open. Oh, I'm gonna walk this way. Oh, iguanas. There's definitely a lot of them here because I actually saw like dead iguanas just on the road on rainy days and such, driving back home. Scared the crap out of me. Because at first glance it just looks like a very fat snake and I'm like, what? Alright. Look at this. Coconut. Huh. They sell little cages. Guess if we got a squirrel, we'd probably like make it sleep there. Although I'm sure Mayu would just sort of let it run around everywhere in the house. Aww. Look, little bunny rabbits. They're only $3? Aww. Wow, he told me they probably breed a lot of these. Oh, I used to have like 7 rabbits. And sad story, but we also had like 7 German Shepherds when I lived in Africa as guard dogs. And one of them got out and ate all the rabbits. What are they? Are they parrots? Aww. They're so cute. Aww. Oh, look. Little birds. I see a lot of these guys. Is it a parrot? Parrot? Parrot. Oh, I wonder how much it would be to get a parrot here. Oh, I see that these are like 400 baht. Like $13, $14. I mean, obviously it doesn't cost a lot to buy a pet out here. So if you want a pet, Thailand has some very interesting pets I've never seen, at least being sold in a Petco. I wonder what these guys are. They got a little mohawk. Oh, sorry, I scared you. Ah, sorry. And these are, I don't know, are they ducks? They're very big looking chickens. I'm gonna venture off into this dark alleyway. Ah, this is where they sell foods.
Nói này thì phải học này. Thì phải học này đó.
All of these stores are closed. By the way, based on the research I did, to rent one of these stalls per month, it's about 15,000 baht, or about $500. So that's what they're operating on here. All right. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Wait, was he going there to pee? I don't know what he was doing. All right. Nice little pets area. They're very typical pets, guys. So if you're curious, they're selling exotic animals. As I was, they're not really selling exotic animals, at least not on the weekends. Correct me if I'm wrong though, because I'm no animal expert, and I don't know if some of these animals are exotic or endangered. Or... Oh, look at this! It's a chameleon. Oh, so cute. Oh, more little squirrels. I do have to shoot this because Mayu likes squirrels. She watches all these squirrel videos. Okay. Let me see if I can zoom in. Alright. Aww. Oh, it sort of makes me sad seeing the chains around their necks. You're given this sort of moral choice. What is the correct decision? Free them from their chains by buying them? Or you could also see that you're adding to the industry by providing profit to the vendors. Oh man, how do you justify this, you know? Aww, little dogs. Pomeranians. Ah, they got little hairpins. Oh. It says no photos, but they don't really seem to care. I think it's mainly they don't want you to flash and scare these little puppies. Aww. Oh, those little dogs, they're 500 baht? 15 bucks for a little puppy? That is, wow, that's very affordable to own a dog here. You know what, I have a student who breeds snakes, and he did tell me that lately that these animal breeders, they're getting quite efficient and cutting prices, so it is no longer profitable for him to be breeding snakes. These are quite expensive though. They're sugar gliders, it looks like. And they are about 1,300 baht. Look at that guy, he's just perched out there. Sugar gliders, I don't know. We did quite a bit of research on it because Mayu really loves animals and she wants a pet, but we can't really have a dog or a cat in our condo because of the rules. And when we came out here, we saw these sugar gliders and we just fell in love with them. Like, look at this guy. Oh my god, he's so fat. He's so cute. And apparently, some people think that they make very great pets because they're very social. They're almost like ducks. So They get attached to you. This is a sphinx.
คล้ายๆชิคเกอร์เบลเลย
What the heck
กระเด
is
ว
a
มากเลย
sphinx?
ชิคเกอร์เบลดื้อ
Oh. This guy. This guy's so cute.
แม่จ๋าน้องกัดกางเกงหนู
Huh.
น้องกัดกางเกงหนู
If I understand correctly, that's 10,000. Thailand cup? How much? 4,500. Ah. I was about to say 10,000. Ah, I thought they say sip, which is 10. But sipan, 4,000 sip. Okay. Oh, I definitely need Mayu here. Oh, look at these guys. They're furry guys. Are they hamsters? Are they guinea pigs? So cute. Anyways, so that's why we thought, oh, we should get one of these rodents because we can have them in the condo and Mayu can play with it. You know, she really loves animals. But in the end, we decided not to, especially with the sugar glider. Doing some research, they make a lot of sounds. They get very needy. They get attached to a specific owner or whatever. And if you aren't with them, then they start crying. And then I started to think about my pug, my little pug, whom I named Congo back in the days. And when I was so busy working with the bank, I couldn't give him enough attention, and you know, I couldn't do that to another animal. Who wants to get out of the cage? I'll save you, buddy. Okay, I know I just circled around because I remember that girl. Or actually, she might be a lady boy. But I say that because I heard them speaking and their voice is lower than mine. Yeah. But I do get annoyed with people just like claiming everybody out here is a lady boy. You know. But there was evidence in the pitch of their voice. Oh, these guys are 500, 300. Oh, bunny guys. Alright, guys. So, that's gonna wrap up my Chatuchak tour. This is a very comprehensive tour. I hope this sort of helps you decide whether or not you believe time is warranted to come out here. As you can see, it's really an all-day affair, especially considering that Chatuchak Market isn't really located near any other tourist destination. It's not like something like the Grand Palace where you can go there and also do Khasan Road, which is next door, or Wat Pho or Waterun. It's not like that. You come out here just for the sake of this. So expect to blow a lot of time on this. It's like a whole day affair. I'll let you decide whether or not you think it's worth coming out here. It is definitely a sight. It's a unique experience. But you have to prioritize. I get it. Maybe you're out here for 5 days. I'm doing an itinerary for my friend who's coming out in August that I'll be shooting top, kind of things to do in Bangkok video with. And this place didn't make the cutting room. I mean, he's my friend and I want to give him the best experience of Bangkok, but this was close, but it wasn't one of the things I considered doing with him because there's just so many other things. So, look out for that video. But if you do have more time and you're interested in some of these things, you need to do souvenir shopping, definitely check out Chatuchak. Alright guys, so I'm at JJ Mall, which is right next to Chatuchak Market. Just wanted to show you what real locals are doing. It's definitely not what you picture they're doing. But this is what they're doing. You can tell because they're all wearing a lot of yellow because today is the king's birthday and yellow is the king's color. So definitely what the locals are doing here. This lady here is announcing what you should do. Almost like what I'm doing and saying, oh, check this out. This is cool. You should buy this. Alright, I'm outside. I have to somehow make my way over to the BTS. And where I ended up, it's actually quite far. I have to pretty much backtrack the distance I walked. By the way, I know some people need videos to show you exactly what I mean by when I say there's traffic in Bangkok. I highly recommend that you don't really try to get here by taxi. This is Chatuchak Market, this green area over there. This right here is JJ Outlet. It's right across the JJ Mall over there in Chatuchak Market. Never heard of this place, but just wanted to sort of show you guys what it's about. It's like a furniture outlet place. I guess if you're actually living here and you want authentic wood pieces, this is sort of where you would come. Alright, so a little further down the street, I have Bong-Soo Junction. It looks like a playground flea market. I'll just go ahead and check it out real fast because this is where the real locals seem to be. It definitely does seem like old stuff. You might find something interesting here actually. Unless you're really trying to buy something for souvenirs, this actually seems far more interesting to me because they're real local items that people have recently took out of their possessions to sell. A totally interesting area overall. Just it's definitely worth a stop by, I think, because it's literally right across the street from JJ Market, which is located over there. I have absolutely no idea what these really are supposed to cost, but they look like old Matchbox cars. They're like $6 English. And I don't know how much this is worth, but I have many F1 loving viewers, so just wanted to show that. More Formula One cars. The inside is pretty cool too, and it's air conditioned. Definitely a place you can chill out at. Alright guys, this is where the real JJ Market is, as far as I'm concerned. The Chatuchak Playground Flea Market. This is where you gotta be at. Oh, I like it. If you're wondering how to get here, just exit Kampeng Pet Station on the MRT. And that's exit number 1. And you'll see that really big building over there. That's the Chatuchak Playground Flea Market, but I think it sort of extends all the way up to this area as well because I see the logos up there, but there's a lot of antiques. Seems very authentic. This is where I would come to really mingle with the commoners and get your antique culture on. So just a brief wrap up of what I did today. I exited MRT Chatuchak. I came over there, over here, to number 3, and that's when I started the vlog. Walked in, walked all the way around the main area. Towards there, I went in, and then I circled around into the little stalls and ended up at entrance 3. I went here and I was going down the main road when I overheated my camera. And then I found that Chef Fernando, world famous guy, somewhere around here on this area, towards the upper end of the main road. And then afterwards I headed over to arts area, and you saw me walk around and check out the artists over there. And then I went through this main area, and then I walked in, and that is sort of where the motorcycle parking is, up around there. And I crossed over and then somehow ended up over there, and I turned around and then I came back and I went down the other end of the motorcycle area, went in here, checked out the pets area, and then exited out over there where you see JJ Mall. And from there I pulled out across the street, and this is where the outlet is, JJ Outlet, and then the flea market, which I so raved about, and ended up right here. in MRT Kampeng Pet Station. So I left my condo around 1:30, arrived here at 2. I see the time code, that's when I started recording. And now is 5:30, so that's 3, 4, 5, 3.5 hours. 4 hours total expenditure. It's a beast of a night market, weekend market. So hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Would you prefer going to this JJ playground or spending all your day in Chatuchak Market? Let me know if you want more videos like this, what kind of location you would like me to cover. All of that, put in the comments below. Of course, it would really appreciate it if you can like, comment, or even share my videos to help the channel. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and if you're interested in more content about what our life's been like since moving to Asia, we release 2 videos weekly. Longer neighborhood guides on Wednesdays and our regular travel and Bangkok vlogs on Saturdays. We hope you set that bell notification and see you guys next week for more vlogs about living and traveling in Asia.